In this video, I'm talking about dopamine addiction, its impact on our romantic relationships, and also other areas in our lives. Be aware that there are a number of reasons why a person might carry out a particular action. For the purpose of this video, I'm focusing on behaviors that might be initiated due to high levels of dopamine. This video is for information purposes only. It is not meant for diagnosis. If you are concerned about your behavior, please seek personal advice from a therapist or seek medical advice from your doctor if you are concerned about your health. Dopamine is the main feel-good chemical that our brains use to motivate and reward our actions. As such, it plays a vital role in sexual arousal, orgasm, gratification, goal orientation, and winning. Dopamine is the next thing drug, which is why it causes addictive behaviors. I call it the next thing drug because it's always telling you that the next thing will make you feel better. The next drink, the next purchase, the next bet, the next relationship, the next sexual conquest. Dopamine will have you running like a foolish hamster on the next thing wheel, as it keeps you constantly fixated on chasing the next feel-good factor. Dopamine drive have been intentionally trained into hyperactivity by some industries because it is great for business. Mediums such as advertisement, gaming, social media, action movies, dating sites, and especially the music industry employs techniques that are guaranteed to impact the dopamine centers. Also, certain types of medication can cause a spike in dopamine, and that could cause changes in behaviors. A frequent change in sex partners, also known as novelty mating, might be a cause of high dopamine levels or dopamine addiction. Dopamine addiction can also result in shopping addiction, gambling addiction, gaming addiction, and other types of addictive behaviors. Very high levels of dopamine or dopamine addiction can cause harmful behaviors and harmful consequences in romantic relationships. Dopamine drive inspires novelty selection. So, whilst the person might stay in a long-term relationship, they might still change partners whilst in that relationship. Now, they may remain in a long-term relationship for any number of reasons, whether it's because they have formed a bond with their long-term partner, but they are still driven by their libido, or maybe they stay for financial reasons or for any number of other reasons. For the ones who don't cheat because they have a high moral code, you might find that what they do is they fulfill what is known as the orgasm principle, which is to create tension in the relationship, have an argument, and then to get a dopamine high at the end of that cycle. This phenomena is often the reason why you would hear someone say, makeup sex is the best sex. Couples will unconsciously be drawn into this vicious cycle of relating until the pain outweighs the pleasure. Arguments do not have to result in makeup sex to fulfill a dopamine reward. The build-up of tension, exposure, and relief is sufficient to provide the dopamine high, especially if the dopamine addict feels that he or she has won the argument. A person who engages in narcissistic, toxic psychological manipulation employs philosophy such as treat them mean, keep them keen. This type of behavior is like catnip for their target, as this type of push and pull behavior incite the dopamine-driven instinct to pursue. A person who participates in narcissistic practice will engage in behaviors that induce jealousy in their target. Jealousy triggers territorial instincts, which tricks the unconscious mind into believing that their love interest is more attractive, thus instigating rivalry and dominance. People who are dopamine driven do not appreciate stable, reliable, or peaceful relationships. While some people are aware that they are addicted to chasing dopamine highs and are also aware of the methods they use, the vast majority of people are victims of this very powerful chemical. From a spiritual point of view, one of the worst acts we commit is hurting others in pursuit of our personal gratification. Dopamine addiction is a roadblock on the path to ascension because the energy is imbalanced and overactive in the sacral chakra. It will also have a negative effect on the root and solar plexus. Consequently, the person will be polarized towards their base animalistic drive with very little willpower to create harmony. Polarization towards base animality will have a destabilizing effect on one's personal lifestyle choice, finance, emotional regulation, cognition, and most importantly, the health and well-being of those they come into contact with. In a balanced, high-functioning individual, the effects of dopamine is truly beautiful. Balancing and directing this chemical is one of the best things you will ever do for your health, happiness, and spiritual growth. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. I hope you found this video informative. Please do leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And until next time, love.